Good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this Friday morning. It's Friday, it's the Scottish Cup weekend, and I don't care what anyone says. This is the most important game of the season. St Mirren away in the Scottish Cup. Celtic are the holders of the Scottish Cup. We beat Bucky Thistle 5-0 in the previous round to make sure that we got into the fifth round. Celtic hold the most Scottish Cup wins in Scotland, having won the trophy on 41 occasions. I want to make it 42 this season. That includes 5 of the last 7 seasons Celtic have won the Scottish Cup, and I think it's imperative that we keep that run going. No matter what happens in the league, that will take care of itself, but the Scottish Cup, I was getting a good run in the Scottish Cup and playing that last game at Hampden, the worst ground in Scotland. It is definitely the worst ground in Scotland, but getting to the final at the end of the season is fantastic, and then getting that over the line and winning it. So it's imperative that we win against St Mirren this weekend. St Mirren, on the other hand, they've come in this game on the back of two home wins, 2-0 against Dundee and 3-0 against Hibernian. 3-0 against Hibernian, and Celtic struggled against Hibernian at the weekend. So it all lines up for a cracking game this weekend. Tell me what you think the team will be. I'm not even going to talk about the team. We might do a live later on this afternoon or this evening talking about the team, because I have absolutely no idea what team Brendan Rodgers will put out. He sprung a few surprises on us at Hibernian. He changed the team up a bit. I think Idah will start again. It's imperative that he keeps his goal run going. And I'm going to take Idah to score more than 10 goals before the end of the season in total. He's in 2 already after his first game. Will he get 10 goals in the next 13, 14 games, whatever Celtic have got? And it'll be more if we get the run to the Scottish Cup. I think he'll definitely score more. I think he's a player that is full of confidence. When it comes to Kyogo Furiashi, I think that's a player that is not got a lot of confidence just now. There's something wrong with Kyogo. Is it the fact that he's not been getting the service? But if you look at his body language and if you look at his face on the pitch, as they say, he's definitely a player that is not as confident as he has been previously. And we're not going to go and talk about the managers playing him out of position and stuff. There's been a lot of changes happened in the team. Celtic go into this game with even more injuries. And Stephen Welsh, has anyone heard what happened to Stephen Welsh? How long he's going to be out for? I'm just all hope that the one and only Alistair Johnston's fit for the weekend. But with that being a head knock, Alistair Johnston will not be allowed to play, because you usually have to sit out one game. So Alistair Johnston will be out for the weekend. So then that means even more changes against St Mirren. What do you think the score will be? There's a lot of people saying that Celtic will win it 2-0. People are actually saying online, look, they would forgo the Scottish Cup. They would forgo the Scottish Cup to make sure that we get a good run in the league, and we focus just entirely on the league, because it is a title race, and it's the first time they've had a real good title race for years. And I think many Celtic fans are upset at the fact that, yes, we haven't been at our best this season. There has been a lot of changes. There's been a lot of players came in. There've been a lot of injuries. But people say, look, Ange Postecoglou had injuries his first season when he came in, and he still managed to win the league. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It's Friday. Let's get some Celtic news. Adam Idah, the fantastic player that he's could possibly turn out to be, could sign for Celtic for £3 million at the end of the season. The Republic Island striker is hungry to build on his goal double. He's vowed to deliver more goals for Celtic, and after he marked his full debut for Celtic with 2 goals. The Cork native is absolutely buzzing to be at Celtic. I've watched some of the interviews with him, and he's raring to go. And that's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for at Celtic. I seen one interview where he said that he was asked about penalties, and he says, look, I take penalties all the time. And it's not a big issue. There is a big issue on the pitch, though, and it's I'm going to call it the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room is Callum McGregor. Callum McGregor's form, and let's all admit it, his form hasn't been great. There's been a lot of times during this season where Callum McGregor's been man-marked. He was getting man-marked against by Hibs. So was O'Reilly. And I think when teams man-mark you, it's up to the manager to then repositioning players so that it mixes it up a bit. And that's something that Brendan Rodgers fails to see when we're playing. And I don't know how, because he's meant to be an elite manager. But after Scott Brown left the club, obviously Callum became the Celtic captain. He's the only person in my eyes that should be Celtic captain. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be. He's the one player that's been there long enough, and he pulls the strings in the middle of the park. But his performances have dropped this season. His performances have definitely dropped. And when you're not pulling your weight, is he not pulling his weight, or is he just having a really bad season? Is he having a bad season? Is he getting man-marked? Is he finding it difficult to then work his way around that? Tell me what you think. He is the leader, right? He's the leader of our pack. He's the one guy that everyone in the team looks up to. So it's up to him to pick us up and pick the players up. And I think whatever he says in the huddle, it needs to come across more on the pitch, I just think, personally. He's won everything at Celtic. Callum McGregor has won everything at Celtic. There's not a lot more that he can do. It's keep it going. Keep it going. And that's why I think that Callum McGregor, does he need a rest after having a bad run? I don't know. I think he's a really important player. He'll never get dropped. Brendan Rodgers won't drop him. I think when you have a player of his status at the club, a bit like Scott Brown when he was at Celtic, I mean, Scott Brown would have never been dropped. You would never think about dropping Scott Brown. Even when Scott Brown had off days, you would never think about dropping Scott Brown. But Callum McGregor, his form has not been top-notch this season. Is it because he's been getting man-marked out of games? Has he found that difficult? Has Brendan Rodgers then not rearranged the team into certain formations to help the players that are getting man-marked? Tell me what you think in the comments, and tell me what you think the score will be this Sunday for St Mirren against Celtic in the Scottish Cup. It kicks off at 2:00. All eyes will be on Paisley for this encounter, because let's face it, if Celtic go out the Scottish Cup at this round, oh my days,